Welcome back to Let's Play Edelweiss. Is that how it's pronounced? I don't know. I don't care. It's the trial version. And still, no update on the Higurashi. It says today I last played because I accidentally clicked on it. You know, the annoying thing is, I actually own the antics. Trouble is, they don't work anymore. One, I'd need the key again, which is impossible because I purchased it on the old Manga Gamer site, which I can download novels I purchased on the old site, such as the original Go-Go Nippon, Shuffle, Karano Shoujo, the version that they originally released, which didn't have voice acting because they couldn't get the rights at the time, and Edelweiss here, and the Higurashi novels, and I don't think there was any other ones I purchased on the old site. But essentially, I could download all those, but I wouldn't be able to play them because I'd need the key. And I'd also have to battle with the antivirus deleting shit all the time. It's like, no, I will delete the most important files that allow you to actually play the damn thing. But anyways, it's a day. It's a day today. It's the third day. You know what? You gotta wonder when they made this novel, like, because they got the animations perfectly sync up for the most part with the voice acting. So, like, every single bit of dialogue when they're on screen and there's not a CG, they have to animate it. That must be a pain in the ass. Anyways, when did I last record anyway? I think it was still April when I recorded the previous one. It went on for over 2 hours just about, and predictably it went out of sync, so I had to edit a bit more there as well. It's a pain in the ass. So, you know, it's because, like, right here, this it's like, you can see it here, but because the window's so big, I had to reshape it so, like, it doesn't have a spot on my monitor that I can just stay in the background out of sight here, that I can just look at it to see how we are for time, you know? So it went on for a lot longer because I wasn't paying attention to it and kind of just, like, lost track. Whoa! What? Jesus Christ, was that lag? Is that lag I'm hearing? Or is this track just really weird? That was weird. Was that lag, or was it just the music being chaotic? Because it sounded like lag, like... Seriously, don't lag on me in a visual novel of all bloody things. I get enough of that shit when freaking using the capture cards. Anyway, let's go. Wow! Look at this building! Is this our school? Again with that, is it called a pentagram, right? Now this is distinctly European looking. They do that quite a bit in visual novels, isn't it? It's like, let's go with a European architecture. I suppose it's probably the same kind of thing, really, isn't it? It's like, for example, I find East Asian architecture looks very interesting. I like the design of it. I don't really see the practical side of some of it, though, because most of it's wood or something, right? It's just like, and that's one thing that's like, I feel, be thinking, like, in America they got a lot of houses that are made mostly of wood, while here in the UK it's more stone, brick and all that, isn't it? Just like, well, to be fair, America is technically a young country. I imagine when, you know, they arrived there and they're just like, sup, Native Americans, fuck off, we're building here. They're just like, okay, we're starting from scratch, so let's use wood, because fuck using stone or brick or anything. That'd take way too much time to build this shit. So maybe that's why they still have, like, a lot of houses that are mostly woods. Anyways, what the hell was I rambling about? Oh yeah, just like have a fascination with, like, I have a bit of a fascination with the Eastern Asian architecture. So in turn, they could probably, and obviously this is a sign of that, have an interest in European architecture. So, yeah. And again, with that weird gas coming there, it's like green, pink, blue. It was built in, yeah, he even says, Western architecture, and looked like it had some history to it. We're going to a fancy school now, unlike our previous schools. It is very fancy, but... well, there are technically schools here, even in the UK, that have a kind of fancy, pompous, almost look to it, isn't it? School I went to, the one where I ended up having to be taught at home was fucking huge, I gotta say. It wasn't like this, where it's just like, oh, you know... just... well, actually there was a building like this. Not like in this kind of design. It was like a 2-story building. Then you had like other buildings, and there's just like... you had to have a map to get around. There's no wonder why my anxiety got so bad back then. Just like if I'd stayed there, it probably would have had a freaking mental breakdown. It's just way too much thrown at you at once, that was. But yeah, I don't think it looked as fancy as this, though. It was built in Western architecture and looked like it had a lot of history to it. We were going to a fancy school now, unlike our previous schools. He's pissed, and this is his scary theme, showing that he means business. It wasn't just our new school awaiting our arrival. Oh, Sensei. It's been a while since we've really seen him get upset that he has to put his theme music in. He calmly walked towards us with an air of sharp authority. Yeah, that... is that actually part of the music? Or is it lagging? I hope it's not, because maybe it's going out of sync without me having to freaking record for a long time. It's ridiculous if it is. Oh, please don't mention it. We're undeserving of your compliments. Hi, sir. We lined up in front of him just as we were told. His eyes were bulging out of their sockets. I don't see them bulging out of their sockets. I mean, that's pretty much the main character's friends always have their eyes looking like they're bulging out of their sockets. Like his eyes right there, bulging right there. Yes, sir. Sensei wound up his fist as we braced for impact. Is he gonna hit them with that? Yeah. We all must have flown about 3 meters before landing like empty husks. That hurt. I don't think we'll be able to get up for a while. Well, I know for a fact that probably wouldn't be legal in the West, but who knows? I don't know how it is in Japan, though. Ran was the only girl who found it entertaining, because of course she would. The other two were frightened. It was too much for this elegant school. Holy shit. You know what? considering how badly banged up each of them looked, that probably isn't legal anywhere. Well, maybe. Probably are countries like that. There are countries that still have teachers that will beat the kids that get out of line. But to such an extent, maybe, but I highly doubt it would be Japan. Why don't you hit us a little more softly if you're so worried about your fist? Oh.
マジでじゃあ本気で殴られたらどうなるの俺ら
You don't want to know.
俺がせめて理性を失わずに済む程度の悪さでやめといてくれよな
You would be dead, probably. Yes, sir.
例えば何をやったらマジ切れします？
性犯罪とか勘弁してくれよマジで
What? Why is he like, uh-oh? Now he's looking a bit like a pineapple. What do you mean, uh-oh? Will you plan to commit them? I'm going to have to keep an eye on him. Yeah, he's the worst when it comes to the perverted side. But would he go that far, though? Who knows?
大丈夫？起きれる？
It feels like out of the three friends that the protagonist has, feels like Daigo is like the most laid back of the three, while Appo is the worst case scenario one. The girls looked down in shock at our crumpled bodies. They didn't know what to do. It's alright, we're used to this.
でもよければ手は貸してほしいな。できれば膝枕とか。
調子に乗るなっつうの
Oh,
ちょ
there
っ
she
と
is.
何やってるんですか？
I like the names they give to the characters before they're introduced. Just like sexy lady. Look at this. Well, that is a sexy lady. This lady, in fact, was the first route I went through back when I originally played it. So yeah. There's more to her character than meets the eye, as is always the case. All of a sudden, a sexy lady showed up. She gave Yagami-Sensei a mean look after seeing us on the floor.
これは一体どういうことですか？
She looked very pretty, but her voice had authority. She sounded really upset.
ああ、伊吹先生すみませんお騒がせしてでももう終わりましたから
Ibuki? I cannot hear that name and not think of Fuku and her sister from Planet.
終わったって。
Can we have her full name? I can't remember it. She looked at us with bewilderment. Her eyes were slender and sexy. Sexy eyes. Upper was in heaven just looking at her. By the way, I'm pretty sure this is the teacher in question that one guy they met was talking about when they asked if there's any sexy teachers. I mean, she does fit the bill there, doesn't she?
これは一体どういうことですか？
Well, description, whatever.
いや何こいつらが悪さばっかりするもんだからちょっとお仕置きをしたまでですよ
Yagami-Sensei was all smiles. Miss Ibuki, on the other hand, still looked upset.
お仕置きってこれって体罰ですよね？
あまあどちらかといえば
どちらかといえばってどこから見てもそうです。
She raised her voice. When she was angry, she looked strong and attractive.
なあなあ、あの人って八百屋のおっちゃんが言ってた美人先生じゃね？お、俺の嫁か？
God damn it, Apple! You can't just meet a girl and just like instantly be like, "She will be my wife." Next one, "She will be my wife." No, this one will be my wife. No, this one, and this one, and that one. Fuck, I'll have a harem. That one, that one, that one, that one. The only thing he would have, though, is a kick to the balls from every single one of them. Well, maybe. I mean, she doesn't seem like the type to kick him in the balls. I mean, she's like mad at Yagami because he's being, you know, violent towards him, so she's obviously against that.
誰がお前の嫁だこら俺のだろ
どっちも違う
Hey, look at that! It's like Pierre and Apple are pretty much always like that. It's like, no, my wife, no, my wife. Meanwhile, Dago's just like, he's like the straight man of that, isn't he? Just like, you guys are acting like idiots. I mean, he has his moments, you know, but he's more laid back, like I said.
先生伊吹先生下の名前教えてちょうだい
名前ね。私は伊吹メイ。この学園の教師です。
メイ俺のメイ勝手に決めんなってメイちゃんかかわいい名前だな
元気ね、あなたたち。
She must have been surprised to see us getting all energetic again so quickly. Yeah, no matter how injured they may get, one look at an attractive woman will bring their spirits right back up. And something else, if you catch my drift.
だから大丈夫だって言ってるでしょ。懲りない奴らなんですって。
Isn't it surreal the way, like, you saw how she looked at the CG, but then when you see, like, the regular kind of things, you see what I mean, like, when I mentioned this, like, they've got distinct ears. Very distinct art style there.
だからって体罰を行う理由にはなりませんよ。前の学校でどうだったか知りませんが、ここでは体罰はやめてください。
You know, it makes me wonder what their previous school must have been like. Just imagining the crazy scenarios they get themselves into. Like, for example, it's like when they mentioned, like, the, you know, Kazushi was in trouble and all that, and they left him being chased by a sentient killer signpost or something like that, and just like, oh, he can manage, we've put him through worse before. It's like, what else have they put him through? What other kind of shenanigans have they gotten into in the past?
いやー、そう言われましてもね。言ってわからなきゃ殴るしかないでしょ。
I don't think anything works on them.
この子たちだって人間です。ちゃんと言えばわかります。
Mei-sensei was standing up for us. She was our new goddess. We never had such a sexy teacher backing us up before. Again, sexy. Now what I wonder. I don't see any option for that. That'd be the sound, no. I like when they've got like that. Just like, you could be like, you know what, I frickin' hate Apple, it's turn off his voice. You know, you just get that option. And for etc., you know, that famous, well-known character that appears in a lot of things. No, it's just for miscellaneous characters, obviously. Some of these characters we haven't even met yet. It's Rika up here, so we met her, we haven't met her. We've met you. I don't think we've met you. Or you. We obviously know these 4, 5. We know you. And we've had a bit of a etc. here and there, you know. Is there any other things? Doesn't seem to be. I was trying to see if there was an option to switch into Japanese.
俺あの先生に踏まれたい
What? See, Daigo gets his moments of being perverted, you know? Well, I imagine, going back to that, every time it says sexy, I imagine that'd probably be written down in katakana, I'd imagine. Don't start saying perverted things all of a sudden.
優しい先生にわざわざ踏まれたいってのがマニアックだよな気持ちはわかる
Why? You do?
俺はあの綺麗な声で罵られたいこの毒リンゴって罵られたい
So you're into that, are you, Apple? You're into the shit talk type thing. You guys are sick.
一体何の話です？
だから言ってるでしょ。こいつら言ってもわからないですから。
そんなことはありません。ちゃんと話せば分かってくれるはず。いえ、分かってくれるまで話せばいいんです。
ま、そりゃ理想ですがね。伊吹先生は何も分かってないんですよ。
何が分かってないって言うんですか？
It's completely out of left field. It's like, made me think. With this teacher, it kind of reminds me back in the day, that very school that I mentioned. Like, I was only there for a few months because, you know, it was too overwhelming with all. It's like, before that, it was like just one building, one class, all the subjects in one class, and it wasn't overly crowded. So, you know, new school, a map, a schedule, different classes, different buildings, freaking over 1,000 students, chaos. But anyways, in that very school, I had class that was Welsh. And in that class, there were two teachers. Like, one was kind of, I suppose, the support secondary teacher, I'm not sure what you'd call that. But, you know, it was a traditional teacher, you know, the traditional one, you know, where they're kind of old. But this other teacher was fairly young and attractive, much like this one. And the problem with that class is this one guy that I knew from the previous school was always sat next to me. And every single time that teacher would bend over, he would always just like nudge me and point it. Like, oh, look, look, look. And I couldn't pay any attention. Like, damn it. I barely learnt any Welsh back then as a result. Hell, I was barely even there to begin with. But still, I mean, I'm learning Welsh now. And I gotta say, it's confusing. Like, for example, take the letter D, for example. In Welsh, if you put a D next to this D right here, have two D's, you'd be like, so how's that pronounced? You'd be like, D? No, V. It's a freaking V. Two L's next to each other, and it has a kind of sh kind of sound. But C and H, and it's really weird. It's like, I'll just go through my notes, go through what phrases. I just go back, well, I got back from a guitar lesson technically, but I also went to the college. What phrase have I written down recently that could demonstrate just how weird Welsh can sound? There's definitely gotta be something that I can demonstrate on that. Let's go with one that has the V. That's one that always boggles my mind. Osgwelfinda. I just can't say please in Welsh because it's weird. It's like spelled O-S space Gwelwch. That CH is that kind of sound. And with the W before it, it just throws me off because I have no idea how to pronounce it. I just can't get the hang of that. And it's in a lot of phrases, you know, so it makes it extra confusing. But, you know, at the end, where it's like that is two D's and an A. Throws you off until you get used to that. I mean, I can get that down, you know, pronunciation-wise, but that CH, especially when it's like comes after a W, I can never get the hang of that. It's really just, it's hard to get used to. What other ones could I do? How about the two L's? L's. Where are the L's? That sound nothing like L's. L's, and L's. Two L's, please. Where? Blekashai logika. Blekashai logika. Where can I rent a car? That gashai. That kind of... It's like a freaking hiss. That is the two L's when they come together. It's its own syllable. It's weird as balls, man. Welsh is weird. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's another one right there. Dwi are gosh. Or something like that. I'm lost. That's a phrase I could use right there. Just like whenever I'm playing a game and I'm completely lost or something, just say it in Welsh for whatever reason. Anyways, back to the plot.
悪いことすりゃ殴られるってのはこいつらだって分かってたことだ。それでも殴られるようなことをした。これは俺とこいつらの約束事です。それなら約束通り殴ってやるのがこいつらのためってもんじゃないですか。
体罰は反対です。生徒は動物じゃありません。
動物なら殴らねえよ。人間だと思うから殴るんだ。
I think they're somewhere in between, to be honest. Yagami-Sensei suddenly stopped being polite. He had a bad habit of becoming rougher with his tone the more he grew sick of something. The two of them were staring each other down. It looked like sparks were flying between their eyes.
すげえよ、さすが俺の嫁。八神に真っ向から盾ついてるよ。怖えよ、怖えよ、ママン。
Ibuki Sensei was the first to look away.
もういいです。この子たちを保健室に連れて行きますので。
そんなの舐めとけ治りますって。
立てる？保健室に案内するわ。
She ignored Yagami-Sensei and held her hand out to us. When I grabbed her hand, I caught a whiff of a pleasant smell that must have been her perfume.
じゃあ行きましょう。
私も手伝います。
おい、お前ら、あんまり皆さんの手を焼かせるんじゃないぞ。
I just now realized what odd Yagami's face reminds me of with the ears. He looks a bit like Lee Evans a bit. The ears, monkey boy!
はーい。
さあ、早く行きましょう。
The way her eyes just paused there, half opened. Even the nurse's office was nicer than at our old school. It was clean and calming. I guess this is how they're supposed to be.
保健室って言えば昼寝する場所ってイメージしかなかったからな。このベッド、女の匂いがするぞ。
Jesus Christ, Appo, get a hold of yourself. And by getting a hold of yourself, I don't mean, you know, that. Appo suddenly dived onto the bed. He was panting as he rubbed his face into the pillow. Yeah, if there's anyone who's gonna commit a sexual crime on this island, Appo seems like the most likely candidate for that. Dude, behave! All the girls were watching him. Jesus Christ, he has no shame whatsoever.
じゃあ手当てするからそこ座って。手当てって言っても氷で冷やすくらいかしらね。
氷嚢なら確かその辺に。確か2つしかないから、あとはビニール袋に氷を詰めるかして。
あ、メイ先生言った。
Again with the funny face girl. These names for characters that don't have their names introduced yet. What is up with that lip, man? It's like she's got a finger underneath her mouth. Another girl entered the nurse's office. From the neck down, she had a great body, but her face looked funny, and not in the laughing sense. She was glaring at us too.
あら、風船さん、どうしたの？
Have you noticed when it comes to, you know, well, it's the same with cartoons, really, here in the West, really, isn't it? If you want to draw an ugly character, you kind of, like, exaggerate certain features to make it stand out. Otherwise, you'll just have characters that pretty much look normal, and you just be like, that's an ugly character, and you'd be like, but it looks more the same as other characters, right? It's like, I remember an episode of South Park, I can't remember what it was. I think it was a Terrence and Phillip kind of episode. And it was like one Canadian, and they all kind of drawn the exact same. There's one guy, looks exactly like everyone else, but everyone's horrified by how ugly he is. It's just like, obviously done, just deliberately to make it as stupid as possible. It's like, He's ugly, but he looks like all the other ones, though. I see her name is Fusen. Is that how it's pronounced? Fusen.
あら、フーセンさん、
Yeah.
どうしたの？
Fusen.
ちょっと来てくださいよ。気持ち悪いんです。
Again with the exaggerations on the face.
気持ち悪いって何があったの？
超気味悪いの。とにかく follow me。
Did she just say follow me in English? Follow me. Fusen was trying to drag Mei-sensei out of the room.
ちょっと待って、分かったから。
She turned around and her face was clearly apologetic.
ごめんね。先生、ちょっと席外すけどすぐ戻るからここで待ってて。傷、氷でよく冷やしておいてね。
Don't worry, we're fine. Take your time.
バカ、ゆっくりさせてどうすんだ。先生、寂しいから早く戻ってきてね。
あ、うん。なるべく早く戻るから。それまで青空さん、お願いね。
あ、はい、バッチリ冷やしておきますから。
ちょっと待って。はるかちゃんたちも一緒に来て。みんなだって無関係じゃないかもしれないから。え、私たちもなの？
一体何があったのよ。
それはここじゃちょっと言えないわ。
She shot us a nasty glance, so she said that.
はいはい、分かったから。じゃあちょっと男の子だけで待っててね。
かつしくん、ごめんね。
Everyone left for Fusen, only us guys were left here.
何だったんだあれ。あれも俺たちを追いかけてきたやつの仲間か。
Wait, what? What was that thing on the same side as the sign chasing us? Is he referring to Fusen just like, why?
いや、ジャンル的にはギリ人間だとは思うけど。
I like how these characters, like, we saw Dago having this perverted moment in this part as well. But for the most part, you see these two guys always being perverted and freaking out. And then you got Dago in the background, it's just like, what?
左手でフルスクラッチしたみたいな顔だったよな。
I wonder what happened. She gave us a frigid stare before she left. She must be from the same planet as you are, Appo. You're both just as round.
冗談でもやめれ。どうしてこんな女ばっかりのところまで来てあれを選ばないといけないのよ。
最初は学園長でもいいって言ってたのに。
俺はもう本物の女というものを知ってしまったんだよ。伊吹メイ、俺の女神。
Yagami-Sensei, huh? She certainly does have a mature charm. She really smells good too.
誰？お前、メイの匂い嗅いだのか？
You're already calling her Mei?